Today's documentary, The Vanishing of Flight 19, Mystery in the Bermuda Triangle. The voice crackles over the radio, hollow with static and terror. All planes close up tight. We'll have to ditch unless landfall. When the first plane drops below 10 gallons, we all go down together. It was 6:20 p.m., December 5th, 1945. Lieutenant Charles Carroll Taylor, a combat-seasoned pilot with over 2,500 flying hours, was lost. His 5 U.S. Navy Avenger torpedo bombers were somewhere over the Atlantic. The sun was setting. Their fuel gauges were dipping towards empty. And nothing made sense. "The ocean doesn't look right," he said. That was the last clear transmission. Then, only silence. 27 men, 6 aircraft, vanished into the gathering twilight of the Bermuda Triangle. No distress calls, no flares, no wreckage, just a void. This is not a ghost story. It is a naval disaster. Just hours before, it was a routine training exercise. A bright, clear afternoon at Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale. The air was warm. The mission was simple. Flight leader Lieutenant Charles Taylor would lead 4 other pilots and their 12 crewmen on navigation problem number 1. A triangular course east over the Bahamas, north, then west back to base. A milk run. Taylor himself had requested to be excused. A feeling he couldn't shake. His request was denied. At 2:10 p.m., the 5 Grumman TBM Avenger bombers, heavy with fuel and men, rumbled down the runway. They climbed into a perfect sky. They were to be home by 5 p.m. They were never seen again. The first whisper of trouble came at 3:40 p.m. Taylor's voice, calm but confused, reached the Fort Lauderdale tower. "This is an emergency. Both my compasses are out. I am trying to find Fort Lauderdale." The air traffic controller, his own radar screen clear, told Taylor to fly west toward the setting sun. A simple fix. Fly toward the sun, find Florida. But Taylor's next transmission was a blade of ice. "I don't know which way is west. Everything is wrong. Strange. We can't be sure of any direction. Even the ocean looks strange." His compasses were spinning. The sea, from 8,000 feet, appeared to be a featureless, milky plain. No whitecaps, no island chains, nothing. The 14 student pilots and crew listened to their leader's growing desperation. They were over open ocean. At night, it is a black abyss. Back at base, the mood shifted from concern to alarm. They plotted Taylor's last believed position, north of the Bahamas, east of Florida. They dispatched help. At 7:27 p.m., a giant PBM, 5 Mariner patrol plane, call sign Training 49, took off from Banana River with a 13-man volunteer crew. Its mission, find Flight 19. Its last message was routine. Its radar blip vanished 23 minutes later. A merchant ship, the SS Gaines Mills, reported a massive fireball in the sky, followed by an oil slick burning on the water. No debris, no bodies. 27 men were now 40. The sea had taken a rescue plane sent to find the lost. The Devil's Sea was claiming its toll. The largest peacetime search in naval history exploded across the Atlantic. Over 300 aircraft, 21 ships. They scoured 200,000 square miles of ocean for 5 days. They found nothing. Not a life raft, not a seat cushion, not a speck of oil from 5 Avenger bombers. Lieutenant Commander W.J. Garrison, who led the Navy's investigation, was baffled. His final report was a masterpiece of contradiction. It blamed Taylor for getting lost and becoming confused. It cited fuel exhaustion as the cause of ditching, but it also noted the strange conditions reported. It admitted the complete lack of evidence. The official explanation was a riddle wrapped in a cover-up, sealed with a stamp that said "Case closed." The families of the 40 men were given paperwork and platitudes. Their grief had no grave to visit. But the whispers wouldn't die. The questions were too loud. How does an entire flight of 5 planes, with multiple compasses and radios, all fail simultaneously? Why, on a clear day, with veteran pilots, could they not simply fly west toward a coastline hundreds of miles long? It was as if the very geography had lied to him. Decades later, we are left with the chilling transcript. We hear Taylor's voice, calm fracturing into panic. We read the dry naval report that ignores the screaming subtext. And we look at the map. The Bermuda Triangle. 1 million square miles of ocean bordered by Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. a graveyard for over 50 ships and 20 aircraft in the last century. Today, the runways of Fort Lauderdale are silent. The Avengers are museum pieces. But out there, over the deep water, the mystery is a living thing. We chart the coordinates. We study the weather reports. We nod at the sensible conclusions. And in a quiet moment, we hear the ghost of a transmission, a voice swallowed by the void. We can't be sure of any direction. It is the true curse of the Devil's Sea. Not that it takes, but that it leaves us forever wondering, staring at a horizon that offers no answers, only an endless, hungry blue. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, please subscribe to our channel. We bring you fascinating documentaries on history, science, civilizations, mysteries, and the untold stories that shaped our world. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a new release. See you in the next one.